So here we are at the Barbados Concorde experience just near the airport, and we're going to go inside to this hangar here. We're going to see one of the last remaining Concordes that you can actually board. Super excited, so let's get to it.
This is an airplane that needs no introduction. The Concorde, the queen of the skies, the most beautiful marriage of design and technology that was the pinnacle of aviation ingenuity, if you ask me. Way ahead of its time and grounded far too soon, this aerial limousine of so many famous rock gods and silver screen stars was fit for the queen. The British Aerospace and Aerospatiale Concorde. This fantastic collaboration between France and England, that's even better than a croissant with marmalade, allowed you to experience a supersonic flight at over Mach 2. That's a cruising speed of 2,180 kilometers per hour, over twice the speed of sound. She was powered by two Rolls-Royce Snecma Olympus 593 engines, generating over 38,000 foot-pounds of thrust each. And she would eat up a whole 2 tons of Jet A1 fuel just taxiing to the runway. But something this beautiful should be allowed to enjoy copious amounts of whatever it desires. So if you're ever in Barbados, please visit this museum. It's a fantastic experience. I asked two of the museum's wonderful tour guides, Shakila and Pearl, for some thoughts on the Barbados Concorde experience.
You do get to go on board the Concorde and you watch a short video where the visitors would have an experience of what passengers would feel if you flew on board the Concorde.
We really do try to take very good care of it. She's actually one of the best Concordes you will see to date. She's also in the most flight-ready condition of all Concordes as well. So basically we can say we have the best Concorde in the world to date.
I think that each visitor who visits the island of Barbados should come to the Barbados Concorde experience because it is an experience that you will never forget.
So one of the celebrities who would have come to Barbados as well, frequently on Concorde and on Alpha Echo, which is the Concorde that came here, was Elton John. Oh, Sir Elton John, I should say.
Yes, Sir Elton John traveled many times in this very plane. You can almost see the red tail lights heading for Spain. And as I took in Alpha Echo's gorgeous presence, I could almost hear the echoes of lost days of luxury airline travel, where fit and finish were of utmost importance. Yes, you probably had to wear your best suit to travel on this beauty. You might have sat alongside a superstar. The list goes on. Mick Jagger, Joan Collins, Robert Redford, Luciano Pavarotti, Sean Connery, Elizabeth Taylor, Annie Lennox, Rod Stewart, they were all regular passengers. And Phil Collins even made rock and roll history using Concorde's ability to cross the Atlantic in 2 hours to be able to play a Live Aid concert in 1985 and then make it to Philadelphia the same day to drum for Eric Clapton before the television special was over. And closer to home, my friends in the band Kite have their own special connection to the Concorde, which was a big part of Bajan culture.
Yeah. So this is the world's fastest and loudest alarm clock. You know, we used to set our watches to this on Saturday mornings. Me and my brother and my sister, we'd run outside because you can actually feel this plane coming before you could see it, you know. And the tremors, the whole house would be shaking, and it was just so much fun. Very exciting, you know. Me and my brother and my sister, we'd run outside and, you know, everybody looking up to the skies just to see it pass. And many years later, I actually saw it on its last trip out of Barbados. I took my son to see it. So it's part of Bajan culture in a way too, you know, so yeah.
It really is incredible that this magnificent aircraft is just a couple of minutes walk away from the international terminal. And we got to experience it in a very special way thanks to Hester and her team at the Barbados Concorde experience. We were actually allowed onto the flight deck.
Well, my relationship with Concorde started when I was 6 years old, and it was the Queen's Silver Jubilee. Queen Elizabeth II flew down to Barbados on Concorde in 1977, and I remember everybody in Barbados went out into their gardens and looked up because they knew something special was happening. And of course we saw this strange aircraft fly, sounding and looking like no other aircraft, and it made a huge impression on me. And we used to go to the airport, myself and my father, and watch the plane, you know, land and take off. And then my first permanent job was actually at the airport as a passenger agent, and I got to handle Concorde every Saturday morning that it used to come in during the winter months, and that was really special because it was unlike any other plane that we handled. It looked different, sounded different. It just looked like this thing of beauty, this work of art, and made every other aircraft there look quite ordinary.
Even these look like they're from an EMI mixing console.
I know, they probably came from the same factory.
The same factory. The dial for the auto standby follows you each engine.
Yeah.
Probably bought them from the same factory.
They probably did.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, all these switches.
The similarities between 60s analog mixing consoles and this is uncanny.
Yeah, well, they needed switches and they needed fuses and stuff, and I guess, why not?